In this video, I'm going to break down what's a good morning routine and what's a morning routine that's going to hinder you and stop you winning the day. And at the end of the video, I'll give you my morning routine that has helped me build 3 7-figure businesses in the last 6 years. It's nothing special, but we'll go through that at the end. I'm going to break down the common problems I see all the time with morning routines. For most people, the morning is where they lose the day. They snooze the alarm, they sleep in, they're chasing their tail, they're rushing to work, and it just leaves the whole day with anxiety and stress. It's just not a good experience. The morning routine, I don't treat where it's pure stress, it must be done exactly like this every day, but just like an athlete before game day, I'll have a ritual or routine just to get me in the flow. And I find in the day, it feels so much calmer, I've got control, it's just so much better. So always think about that. If you do the same ritual, the same routine, you almost guarantee a good performance. Just like a professional footballer probably listens to the same music, puts his right sock on before his left. They all have their own unique rituals that help them get in the flow and perform better. So you want a ritual or routine that just gets you in the flow, makes you feel good, and gets you winning every single time. And you can use this not with just the morning, but other activities. So for example, I'll have a ritual for the morning, for going to bed. I'll have one before the gym, and the gym one's cracking. I'll give that to you now. I'll always turn on Opal on my phone, which is an app blocker. I'll turn that on so you can't get me. So the gym is my time of zoning. As soon as that goes on, I know I'm zoning in. I'll take an energy drink. I'll take a non-stim pre-workout. I'll put in my headphones. I've got a playlist full of crackers. It's Trained by Tony. It's literally, if you type into Spotify, Tony McAlevey, you'll find it. And I update it all the time, but I put that playlist on, and it's the only time I listen to that is in the gym. I do a 5-minute walk and I get straight into the gym session then. It literally doesn't add any time on. But with the consistency of that routine, it's almost like my mind and body now know it's go time, it's gym time. It's like neuroplasticity of the brain. This takes wiring in day by day, week on week, and then your body just gets in the flow much easier because it aligns that process with training. These routines, these rituals can help you. I don't want them to be a crutch though. If you're in a different country, or you need your chamomile tea, or you need something that's specific to you, or you need to wake up at X time. It's not about that. They're supposed to help you. They're not necessity. You don't want to use them like a crutch. You should be able to perform anywhere. So ideally what you want is routines that are easily swap and changeable no matter the situation. So for example, it's easy to get an energy drink anywhere. I've always got my headphones. I can always do a small walk on the treadmill. So every time I go to the gym, it's easy for me to get in the flow rather than some big 7-step protocol. And this goes the same for your morning routine. See, the issue is some days we wake up, we're motivated to do the morning routine. Some days we're not. So we need something that's simple and simplistic that's going to help you win and get momentum. But what I want to do is I want to break down morning routines that I see that absolutely hinder people and slow them down. Firstly, we have these people that have 12-step morning routines that take fucking 3 hours, and that's absolutely nuts. We're talking about people that get up, they meditate, they ice bath, they journal, they read another book. They almost end up doing so much morning routine that it's procrastinating. They think that they can't get in the flow if they don't do all these things, but they're actually just wasting so much energy in the morning routine that the morning is gone, especially all of them in the morning. A really good tool is to break up your day with small things. For example, if you notice you're falling into comparison, use a gratitude journal. If you notice your energy's low, go take a cold shower. You don't have to do it all in the morning. And the beauty is whenever you use the likes of a cold shower, if you're feeling a bit groggy, it'll pick you back up. So you're not using all your tools straight away. Just remember, it's about getting you set up in 10 to 15 minutes and getting you straight into the work, not spending all day preparing to do the work. You're better off just doing the work. Number 2, I've sort of went over this type of person. This is the person with no morning routine. They're waking up, they're chasing tail, they're snoozing their alarm. That's a complete disaster, and it gives you anxiety from the start of the day, your heart's beating out your chest, you're chasing, it's not good. And then the problem is with these people, they also see the other people that are in the first phase, and then they feel almost worthless, as if the day is gone. It's not always the case. Both people are actually probably being counterproductive. And then there's the third group. This is where I like to think I've slowly fallen into, and this is really where the winning happens. It's just picking 3 to 4 simple steps that take you no longer than 5 to 15 minutes to get prepped, ready, and zoned in. Because the quicker you can get zoned in, the quicker you can do the work, the more you're going to get done. I don't care how primed you are. If you're doing fucking 12-step morning routines, you're wasting too much time. And you see it online, you see all these gurus saying you have to ice bath, you have to do this, you have to do that. Now, I do all these things, but I spread them out throughout the day as I want. I'll take a walk during lunch. If I'm feeling groggy, I'll take that cold shower. I use them as tools, but saying you have to do them all in the morning is absolutely ludicrous. And the problem is a lot of these yogis or fucking gurus don't remember what they were doing whenever they were building their business or getting their gym routine in check or just improving the quality of their life. Whenever they were initially doing it, they weren't doing all these 12 steps. It's got lost in translation. And just remember, what were they doing actually when they were in your position? They were trying to build habits, build routines, get more work done, not feel as high anxiety, and sort of win the day. They weren't doing these 12-step morning routines that were ridiculous. They had a morning routine, but it's that long ago, and it was probably that automatic that they actually forget that worked. Because nothing at all ever beats just doing the work. This is what I've done for years, and this is literally how I went from 0 to 7 figures in all my businesses, and it's super simple. I get up at the first alarm, I never hit snooze. I make my bed, I then go downstairs, I make a decaf coffee because caffeine's not not going to really work overly that well first thing in the morning. You're going to get a drop later in the day. So decaf coffee, and I journal for like 2 to 5 minutes, and then I just get straight into work. It zones me in, and that's it. Sometimes I'll put on like non-lyric music, like deep house with no vocals, and that's it. It takes me like 15 minutes to get zoned in, and that's all I done for years, and I worked a treat because I could get to work straight away. And over time, I'll add in other things to help me build discipline. If I feel discipline is lacking in other areas, like it was last year, what I done was I do the same morning routine, but I remove journaling. I put in a cold shower and 20 press-ups before. This probably takes roughly the same amount of time, and that's it. So it's still 15 minutes. I'll swap things out, trial different things. The same morning routine is key. It doesn't distract from my day. It doesn't take 4 hours, but it gets me in flow and gets me working. The key is it doesn't take away from your life, it adds to it. And there's a couple of things that'll make your morning so much better that I'm gonna go over, like 5 key principles, right, that I think you should really nail. The first thing is turn on Opal or app blockers for the last 90 minutes of the day and the first 90 minutes of the day. You don't want to be using social media. It gives you a dopamine hit. It's going to fry your head. It's going to affect your work ethic for the day. It's going to stop you switching off at night. You're going to ruin your wake and sleep time, and that sort of rolls into point number 2. You want to keep your wake and sleep time consistent. You're always going to hit snooze. If you're staying up to 2 and 3 a.m. over the weekends, yes, it sucks, but if you're trying to build a business, trying to get the mindset right, keeping the weekends consistent, your body doesn't know the difference. So if your routine and your wake time is changing day to day, you're going to feel off. You're not going to feel as in flow. It's going to be hard to keep that routine in check. So I do find number 2, just keeping the wake and sleep times the same, works a treat. This is a bit of a caveat one, but I find number 3, lay out your clothes the night before. I know that sounds like you're back in primary school, but whenever you break things down and you work it out, it removes the decision. Sometimes people will spend like 10-15 minutes deciding what they're wearing in the morning. You literally want to get up, remove that decision and go. And that's why you see people like Mark Zuckerberg wear the same clothes day in, day out. Now, I'm not saying just wear black t-shirts, but removing that decision from the night before, whenever you've got a little bit less energy and it's just easy done, will save you so much time. Number 4, this is not a plug, but a Lumi alarm clock is unbelievable. They're like a sunrise clock. I always take it with me. I'm not dragging it to the bedroom. And you wake with light and sound. It just makes not hitting snooze 10 times easier. You usually wake up before the alarm. And I find that it also has a sunset feature that's fucking unreal. It calms me down. And we were made to sort of like wake up with light and go to sleep after sunset rather than stir into our phones. So whenever you get that zoned in and you get that routine with that alarm clock, it's cracking. And number 5, don't wake up and then plan your day. Plan it the night before. Ideally, you want to plan your week, but if you can plan the day with the main blocks with time that you're going to get things done, you know when you're going to the gym, you know when you're cooking food. Now, it doesn't need to be so routine that your life is just this. It's just so you've got a game plan. You don't want a never-ending to-do list, because if there's no time schedule, you're not going to stay tight to it. So the key is having a rough schedule that can be flexy, but the most important thing is your schedule should reflect the most important big stones in your life. So if you're focusing on fitness, that's what it should reflect. If you're focusing on bringing up your home life, your family, your business, whatever it is, make sure you prioritize that with your schedule. It's so simple, but just plan it briefly the night before. It's easy. And that's like the 5 principles that will help you on top of that. Now you can add your own to this. You can tweak your morning routine. You don't need to get a cold shower. You don't need to do press-ups. You don't even have to journal, but something that just makes you feel good. And like, it could be something as simple as watching 5 minutes of something that just motivates you and gets you ready. It's completely down to what suits you. So I would ideally say have a 3 to 5 step morning routine, and that is it. Any more steps is just overkill. And then having like 5 key rules or principles like I discussed will massively just help lock that in stone for you. Just remember, it's just a small, easy routine that you can get done and you can get stuck into work, because doing the work is the fucking most important thing in any area. You don't want 12 fucking steps. This should complement your life, not complicate it. Don't feel guilty by seeing somebody do an ice bath at 4:30. Even though I can be guilty of that sometimes, it's one of the things where you focus on you and what improves the quality of your life. If you notice something like that is triggering you, think, why is that? And don't compare you to anyone else. And what time you wake at is completely individualized to you. Like, I used to wake up at 8 a.m. and I built all my businesses that way. Now I get up much earlier, around 5, half 4. It's not because that's more optimal. I just find less people annoy me and I can get more deep work done then. Whereas there's more distractions later in the day. I hope you find that fucking useful. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment below any tips, anything you want me to dive more into. But I really appreciate that. I'm going to do all different topics. So if you want a certain topic done, just drop it below and I'll see you in the next one. Wolf out. Ho! Yeah.